That cat PyShell. So this is my PyShell. So originally I was trying to import Tkinter STK, and from Tkinter I was importing the message box, but actually only the other file for the wizard, it, those imports are actually needed because on this specific file, unless you type in SSH whiz. Yeah, it was SSH. If you type SSH whiz, it initiates the SSH wizard. But I'm actually looking to take that out because it's not completely necessary for like something that's on command. It's just like you want to go through it in your setup, and that way you're set up to do like any type of like development work in the local terminal that somebody would be working in. So, um, yeah, this is the guts of my project. So I did go through, I did a lot of rearranging. I I could get a few more comments in there. Um, I love ASCII art, so I threw in the ASCII art with goodbye and the display for PyShell. And let's see. Yeah, and I added these little messages, and then I staged the messages as like an introduction to Linux basics. I mean, it's pretty easy. You have the idea and you fulfill it, and it's like, all right, here we go. How are we going to do this? So, yeah. So these are my functions that I call on during the setup phase so check installation, it makes sure that's a that's a installation check just to make sure that a person has Python or Git as like part of the Git repository setup. And then also right after that, there's the check on whether or not somebody has Tkinter installed in order to run the SSH wizard. And that's what I tried getting around. So there's something I actually took out. Um, well, I commented these out because they weren't needed, but like these libraries that I commented out had to do with that function. Because if somebody doesn't know to download to Kinter, this application is just never going to run it, and it will always fail if you don't have the proper dependencies installed. So to get around that, I found a way just to create an app that runs the dependencies and checks to make sure that you have the proper software to uh, run the GUI through this app. So that was something I uh, conceptualized. Uh, so yeah, this is my code. This is my project. Let me get started. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Cool. All right. PyShell. All right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm talking to myself at this point. Um, all right. PyShell. Here we go. Ta-da! All right, we got PyShell. Welcome to PyShell. Type exit to quit. All right, let's type exit to quit. Goodbye. All right, that was fun. All right. So use ask to get help with Linux commands or concepts or help with Git. Whoa. Um, type setup to start setting your Linux environment and software development. And then you can type SSH to launch the SSH key setup wizard, which I am wanting to do through the other app. So I'm gonna go take that out real quick. Here we go. Hold on. All right. PyShell. Um, I don't need this. Oh. Ah, insert. All right. Now, all right. So some of the functions, this will come around, are just basic get functions. Updating. All right, cool. So I got that. All right, going back to my PyShell. All right. All right, so right now I disabled Takinter, got rid of the extras, and now we have the basic shell. And it's running based on the PyShell operating system with or Python operating system with there was another import. It's like a system import. Okay, so going through this. So to get started, somebody wants to say setup. All right, setup. So welcome to the Linux environment wizard. Let's get started by familiarizing you with the basic Linux commands. All right, so these commands are something anyone can go through as part of the PyShell to get started in Linux and learning Linux and knowing a few basic functions. The idea of this is that even if someone has very little experience with Linux, they can learn something to actually start developing on a project. So I'm going to hit enter. And then I initialized my functions. I did the Python get and tkinter. So all three of those packages are installed and updated. We're good to go. I got all the dependencies. We're good. All right. Installing Git in Python. So after installing, it's a description of what we just just installed. And if you want to do this manually and go back through and actually manually install like GitHub or Python or update something, these are the manual commands. So So we are using the wizard to download the dependencies. All right, setting up SSH keys. So this is the fun part. So I give the commands on how somebody can do this on their own. And honestly, I still need to like kind of reword some of this. But I feel like I got this to a point that it's organized enough to understand what's going on. All right, if I hit enter again, all right, so now I have a GUI. Um, so I can triple check myself and make sure I have all the downloads and dependencies downloaded. Um, okay, it's asking me for my password in the terminal. All right. Okay, it's downloading. Cool. I have this little screen. All right, all right. So it looks like Oh, wow, it's done. All right. So get Python to Kinter and NeoFetch are were installed successfully. All right. So I am more than good. Let's generate an SSH key. All right. This is actually going to change my SSH key. If I say yes, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. I'm gonna do it. This is a good example. All right. Doing it. Okay, SSH key generated successfully. Here we go. So we go back to the GUI, and there it is. This is the example. Uh, so I can copy it. Nice. So we can generate as many of these as we want. Uh, Generating. Yeah, sure. Let's do it again. Here we go. Okay. All right. It was generated again successfully. All right. Copy the SSH. Okay. Cool. So this is the web link to the settings. I'm going to see if it works. Operation is not supported. All right. So for this, I know for this, for WSL, it's like it's not supported. And it kicks you out. But if you are actually in a Linux environment, that doesn't kick you out. So, all right, here we go. We are going to do PyShell. All right, nice. All right, so setup. We're going to go back through this. We get the gist. All right, nice. All right, going back. So this time I'm not generating a new SSH key because we already have that. I'm good on GitHub. I'm ready to go. And we have the wizard, so no questions asked. All right, there's a list of like the commands that you can use. So we're creating a new project. All right, say uh, uh, say new proj. Okay, so this is a new project displaying the PyShell environment and what is possible with creating a Python application for um, sake of innovation. All right, hit enter. Boom, it's there. Enter the name of your script. Innovate.py. That's my script. All right. So I got my folder. We're in. Okay, prompt working directory. So we're actually in the new proj folder we created. There's a readme. Clear cat readme. Readme.md. All right. Um, there it is. So change back into here, but all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a ask ls. Oh, ask print working directory. So ask get. Boom. So there's a function called ask that I created. Ask up. Okay. It's nothing specific.